Top 10 strongest Mega Pokemon in the anime. I'm gonna be ranking based on the overall strength of the Pokemon and the difference in power between the regular and Mega forms. I'm also not going to include Mythicals and Legendaries. This is because I didn't want a bunch of Pokemon which have barely made an impact in the anime, hogging up all the top spots. Number 10, Mega Abomasnow. I know this thing is normally terrible, but its appearance in the anime was a spectacular display of strength. It was able to match a fully mastered Ash Greninja blow for blow, landing several hits including a super effective Wood Hammer which nearly decided the match. Smashing through a Bond Phenomenon boosted Water Shuriken was nothing for this absolute unit. However, it does have a weak point with its pretty poor defense. The second Ash Greninja was able to break through once, the battle was over. Bro, you're humongous. You really couldn't take a hit better than that? Number 9, Mega Garchomp. Look, I know it seems crazy putting Garchomp at 9, but answer me this. Did Mega Evolution actually make Cynthia's Garchomp any stronger? In the Iris vs Cynthia battle, what did Mega Garchomp do that regular Garchomp couldn't? The Mega Form wasn't able to overpower Iris's Haxorus, and the decreased speed left it vulnerable to a Dragon Pulse straight to the dome. Let's not forget about the other Mega Garchomp in the anime either. It belonged to Dragon Tamer Remo, and it was trash. Alon's Mega Charizard humiliated that thing in about 2 seconds. It's still a Mega Form of a super strong Pokemon, so it makes the list, but honestly, all things considered, it's pretty terrible. Number 8, Mega Houndoom. You've never seen a crunch like this before. This thing is known for its crazy special attack in the games, but in the anime, its physical strength is actually more impressive. After all, it's not just any Pokemon that can overpower Alon's Mega Charizard. Its speed is also superb as it was able to pin Charizard in the aftermath of a hit. It's really too bad Houndoom's trainer was too busy flirting with Alon to take advantage of any of this. As far as negatives go, it has really poor defenses. It was defeated by only 2 resisted fire moves, which for the ace of an Elite Four member is absurd. Number 7, Mega Blastoise. Seabold's Mega Blastoise has the strongest Dragon Pulse out of any non-legendary Pokemon. Just look at all that power! It's no wonder Alon lost. For a comparison, here are Mega Rayquaza and Zygarde using that same move. Blastoise's looks very nearly as big, if not bigger. On top of this, we finally have a Mega on this list with some stamina. It was able to take Mega Charizard head on and endured a direct hit from a Tough Claws and stab boosted Dragon Claw. And look at Blastoise by the end of the battle, it barely looks tired. This Pokemon has no real negatives, but others higher on the list just have greater potential. Number 6, Mega Sceptile. If you want speed, strength, and stamina, Mega Sceptile has got them all. Sawyers was often able to outpace Ash Greninja during their final showdown, landing multiple Leaf Storms and very nearly a decisive Frenzy Plant. Speaking of Frenzy Plant, no Pokemon on Earth can use this move the way Sceptile can. Here are some others using this move, and as you can see, it's just not a comparison remotely worth making. Mega Sceptile has full control of the vines and can keep the attack going for minutes at a time. The Megas higher on the list and Ash Greninja might be the only Pokemon in the world capable of overcoming this kind of power. Number 5, Mega Gardevoir. If you want someone to testify in favor of this elegant Pokemon's power, just ask Lance. Diance's Gardevoir completely wrecked his Hydreigon and Dragonite while barely taking any damage in the process. I know she eventually lost to Leon's G-Max Charizard, but man, did she put up a great fight. Taking control of G-Max Wildfire is a nearly incomprehensible feat of strength. Also, take a look at this Thunderbolt. Charizard is definitely gonna be feeling that one tomorrow. Mega Gardevoir is also shown to have the ability to communicate telepathically with its trainer, dodging and firing moves precisely without a single verbal command. This Pokemon is definitely not unbeatable. After all, a pre-mastery Ash Greninja nearly got the better of her. However, she still sets a high bar for the rest of the Pokemon on this list to clear. Number 4, Mega Lucario. Ash's Mega Lucario defeated Cynthia's Garchomp. Number 3, just kidding, but I probably could have actually ended there and still given a valid explanation. Karina's Mega Lucario actually isn't all that strong, but Ash's more than makes up for it. This monster took a G-Max Cheese Strike from B's Machamp and didn't even move. He then proceeded to topple the giant with a massive Aura Sphere straight to the face. Mega Lucario used the power to fire off giant Spirit Bombs to deal severe damage to Cynthia's Togekiss, who quad resisted it. Much like Ash Greninja, Mega Lucario's immense power comes from nothing more than the sheer strength of its connection with its trainer. It's unfortunate that Ash never got to Mega Evolve in XY, but seeing this beast go to work in Journeys more than makes up for it. Number 3, Mega Charizard X. Arguably the most iconic Mega in the history of the anime, there is nothing this draconic incinerator can't do. Perfect from both the physical and special attack sides? Check. Incredible defenses to take multiple hits from legendary Pokemon and Ash Greninja? Check. Agility to outmaneuver its opponents on the battlefield? You bet. When Alon's Mega Charizard was at the peak of its powers in XYZ, there wasn't a Pokemon alive that could stand in its way. The Tough Claws ability meant that its Dragon Claw was unparalleled in strength, and using Blast Burn was almost always an instant win. In fact, this move is so strong that there has only ever been one Pokemon to take a direct hit from it and live to tell the tale. That Pokemon is number 2, Mega Metagross. This supercomputer with superpowers has the ability to predict and dodge every attack. Ash's Pikachu is a pretty speedy Pokemon, but to Steven's Metagross, it might as well have been Ash's Grottle. Pikachu would have had a better chance of landing a hit if he had his eyes closed. Against Alon's Charizard, not only did Mega Metagross take a direct hit from Blast Burn, it showed no signs of actually being damaged. It also has access to Psychic, quite possibly the most broken move in the anime. Pair this with a monstrous Meteor Mash and you have one of the best mixed attackers ever. Now, all of this sounds great, but if it's actually this strong, how could it lose in the Masters 8? The simple answer is, Mega Metagross has the same weakness as every other Pokemon that has ever faced Ash's Pikachu. The plot. I have no other explanation for what might be the worst Ash Ketchum victory in the series. However, even Steven's ace at its best couldn't beat number 1, Mega Gyarados. I have no words for how OP this thing is. Not Misty's, but rather the one belonging to Team Flare's leader, Lysander. This classic shiny took on Ash's entire Kalos team along with Alon's Charizard and should have won. Ash Greninja and Mega Charizard working together were still no match for this complete animal. It was about to deal the finishing blow before Malva and her Mega Houndoom intervened. Remember how tanky Ash's Goodra was? Gyarados one-shot it with a single Hyper Beam. Remember how good Hawlucha was in the Kalos League? Gyarados one-shot it without even using a move. Altogether, it took the Kalos League finalists 3 episodes to finish the battle. I once made a list where I said that Ash's Pikachu was the strongest trainer-owned Pokemon ever. I was wrong. It's Lysander's Gyarados by a mile. There isn't a non-legendary Pokemon alive that could hope to last 5 minutes against this kind of power. That's why Mega Gyarados is the undisputed GOAT of Mega Pokemon.